Hello friends and welcome to the world of science. Today we are going to see the lecture number 3rd of Introduction to Microbiology, that is lesson number 7 of 10th Standard Science 2. Myself Kavita Kobane from Gokul Education Society's HL High School is going to present this to you all. In previous lecture we have learned up till antibiotics. Now we will see microbes and fuels. Methane. Methane is obtained from microbes present in agricultural and industrial waste by microbial anaerobic decomposition. This reduces the problem of solid waste management and produces the methane gas. Next is ethanol. Ethanol is produced by the fermentation of molasses by yeast. Saccharomyces, that is the yeast which produces that ethanol from this molasses. And this fuel, it is clean one. It is totally smokeless. It doesn't give any type of smoke. Next fuel is hydrogen. It is called as a fuel of nature also. Now how it is produced? It is released when bacteria perform the biophotolysis of water, and by this process of photoreduction it releases the hydrogen gas. In future it can be very useful. That's why it is called as a fuel of future. Biofuel is good and renewable type of energy. Renewable means which we can renew it again and again. They are easily available in abundance and hence they are called as a reliable fuels of future. Biofuel is available in the 3 different forms. Solid, we can get it coal, dung, copper, crop residue, etc. Liquid, we can get vegetable oils, alcohol, etc. And the gaseous, gobar gas and coal gas. Biofuel, it is a renewable energy resource. Why? Because it is made from the organic matter and waste, and it also plays a great role in reducing the carbon emission. Biofuels are one of the largest sources of renewable energy in use today. From this organic matter, by the process of fermentation, you can just get the liquid fuel. In the diagram you can see it. And now this, in today's transport sector, they can be blended or they can be mixed with the existing fuels such as the gasoline and diesel. When it is mixed with all these fuels, it burns cleaner than the fossil fuels. They don't produce sulfur or the aromatics. So that is no unpleasant smell is associated with burning of these fuels. Microbes are useful in pollution control. With the help of suitable microbes, the problem of environmental pollution is tackled. Biogas plant, compost production, sewage treatment, etc. are the measures in which microbes are used. So we will see one by one. First, here in front of you the picture of land filling site is given. The type of degradable waste which is created in the urban areas is dumped in the land filling sites which are away from the residential areas. So all the garbage which is produced in that area, it is just dumped in that area where it is having a big pits. Okay, so these pits will be occupied by this garbage. So large garbage pits pits are dug and then lined with the plastic sheets which is used for dumping that compressed waste here. So in the diagram you can see the plastic which is lined inside this pit. After that, putting the garbage, it is covered with certain bioreactor substances and specific biochemicals. Then microorganisms or the microbes which is present in the biodegradable material, it will start decomposing that garbage. Now once the pit is filled with garbage, the pit is sealed with a soil slurry after it is full. Soil slurry means that is just like a muddy one. It is covered that pit with that only, and again the grass grows on it. Compost is formed inside it by the decomposition of these microbes. This is removed and such land filling sites can be reused after removal of compost. In between that compost, one outlet is there that is which is giving out the methane gas, and also one more you can see here, that is processing on sewage it is. So if extra it is there, or we have to put more compost or more garbage in that, for that system is done. As like the solid garbage, liquid garbage is also increasing day by day. As the population increases in the cities, the sewage is also increasing in a lot of quantity. Sewage means what? It is the liquid, or it is the waste which is coming out from your washrooms, that is the toilets. Not only that, the water or the waste water which is coming out from the washrooms by washing your clothes, by washing your utensils, machine water, all this comes in this sewage water. The quantity is increasing day by day as the population is increasing. In villages, domestic sewage is disposed of either in nearby soil or in biogas plant. But in cities, we can't do this. We have to just carry it to the processing unit, and there it has to be acted upon by the microbial processes. Like that, you can't throw all these things in an open area or in the rivers. The rules have been made strict. गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से काफ़ी स्ट्रिक्ट रूल्स बनाए गए हैं गार्बेज को डिस्पोज ऑफ करने के लिए. In rural areas it is possible. Families are small, they have lot of areas, so just they can dump it in the big pit. Soak pits, they can make it separate one. But for a building, it is really difficult to make that such a big soak pits over there. So they have to put their sewage in big pipelines, which is just constructed by the municipal corporation. We will see here the two types of water we are collecting, or two colors of sewage we are collecting. One is black water and the other one is grey water. Black water consists of your toilet water, your kitchen sink and the dishwasher. From there the water is coming out, its color is black. And then the clothes which is washed up, then your bath shower and miscellaneous one, cleaning of any of the things, that gives out the grey color to that water. So these two colors of water is coming up in this sewage waste. Sometimes question arises, what this sewage is consisting of, why it is so harmful to our health. The answer is, this sewage is consists of so many different types of harmful bacteria and the germs. It is just polluting the surrounding, polluting the water, and also the life or the aquatic life which is just growing in the water. They are also killed because of these microorganisms grown by the sewage. And if this type of sewage it is disposed of, or it is allowed to flow in the flowing river, or it goes into the ocean, then it will affect the life of ocean and the living life of river also, and it is giving a very bad smell in our surrounding. It looks very dirty and shabby also, so it is spoil the beauty of environment also. Now we will see in just short how the sewage water is treated and how it is cleaned up according to the laws of our government. The wastewater treatment plant, it is okay, in that the garbage or the sewage is collected from your houses. It comes in the primary sedimentation tank. Sedimentation tank means it is here water is allowed to stand still. Heavy particles get settled down at the bottom and the lighter one or the water will remain up. Then it is just passed to the next tank, that is called as a aeration tank. There the chemicals are added to it and other processes take place over. Again the water is allowed to still. The upper water is collected up. It is coming to the next one, that is the plant, secondary treatment plant it is. In that the water is added with the different types of chemicals for killing the different microorganisms and to reduce the toxic substances which is added in that sewage it is. After treating all these things from the primary sedimentation tank, then to aeration, and then to the secondary treatment plant. Whatever the water is collected, it is again treated with the chlorine water or the chlorine, and then it becomes little, we can't say 100%, but little bit it is safe to get disposed of into the river or in ocean. So it will not harm the life of river and life of the living organisms in ocean. So in primary sedimentation tank and secondary sedimentation tanks, microbes are added with this sewage water and they will decompose up any compounds present in them. After decomposition of the carbon compounds present in sewage, microbes releases the methane and CO2 gas. Xenobiotic chemicals are used in this sewage. The phenol oxidizing bacteria decomposes such chemicals. Now the question remains that what about the sludge? The sludge which is formed in this process is used as a fertilizers. Environmentally safe water is released after microbial treatment done for the sewage water. Environmental pollution simultaneously increases along with the progress in the technologies. As the man is progressing, more and more pollution is increasing. Now these microbes are used to combat soil, land and water pollution, means to control these pollutions. Hydrocarbons and other man-made chemicals are transformed with the help of such microbes, and in this way pollution control is done. There are some microbes which can convert the sulfur or which can remove the sulfur from fuels, so we can use it for cleaning this pollution. Metals like copper, iron, uranium, zinc, etc. leach into environment from low quality metalloids. These are converted into compounds before leaching with the help of the Thiobacilli and Sulfobacilli microbes. You must have heard or you must have read the news of dead fish and all these things. Why this has occurred? Because of the oily water accumulated in the sea coast. And where from the oil is coming out? That is because of the accidents of oil tankers that transport the crude oil, or spillage through the offshore oil wells, or pollutants released through effluents from shore. The oil spills from an oil film on the surface of water. It causes the depletion of oxygen in the water, and it is hazardous for the aquatic animals and they die. As a result, the death of fish we can see. It is very difficult to really remove that oil layer from the surface of water by the mechanical method. So however, for removing that, we are using the bacteria like the Pseudomonas special and Alcanovorex borcumensis, which have the ability to destroy the pyridines and other chemicals. These bacteria are called as a hydrocarbonoclastic bacteria, that is HCB. HCB decomposes hydrocarbons to carbon dioxide and water in this process, which is get dissolved into the water, and it is no longer hazardous to the aquatic animals in the water. Plastic, it is a non-biodegradable substance. It cannot be degraded back into its original constituents. It remains just like that for many years. So it is causing the solid waste pollution in the environment. So which is indiscriminately, we can't throw it out. If burnt, it releases toxic gases, and if it dumps in the landfill, it is obstruct the decomposition process. So from all the sides there is a problem of this plastic. If it is thrown in the water bodies, then it can cause the harm to the aquatic life. The cattle grease on plastic unknowingly are killed by it as it clogs inside their alimentary canal. By mistakenly, if they eat up, then they get stuck in their body and they can die also. If it is thrown outside, then the gutters and the rainwater drains, it get clogged, and due to plastic bags, this causes the city to submerge in water. You must have heard about the floods due to this plastic coagulation. Here in front of you, here you can see a turtle is get entangled into the net. This net is used by the fishermen to catch hold of fish. If it is broken or something like that, they remain, just throw it into the water, and which will just create a trouble to this floating animals or the swimming animals in water. Like this, plastic pollution is increasing day by day a lot. Plastic bottles, they are made up of PET. The full form of PET is polyethylene terephthalate polyester. It is really a hard plastic which cannot be decomposed by the microorganisms so easily. In the urban garbage, you will get this plastic common over here. So it is observed that some bacteria, the name of the bacteria are Vibrio, Etiolella and the Cycanis, they can decompose the PET, that is the plastic bottles of which it is made. PET's full form again, it is polyethylene terephthalate polyester. So these microorganisms, under the experiment it has observed, they can just decompose this type of plastic. What the microbes are doing, they are just breaking down the bond of that plastic, then they are just secreting the enzymes, that is the PTAs, and this PTAs is just decomposing this plastic. One more type of garbage which is increasing day by day, that is the rubber. Lot of tires, vehicles, they are manufactured and lot of tires are just coming out as a waste. So for decomposing this also, species of fungi like the actinomycetes, streptomyces and nocardia actinoplanes, they have the ability of decomposing rubber from garbage. So these microbes can be used for decomposing this type of garbage. Next we are going to learn about the microbial inoculants. Inoculant means a substance that is introduced into the body of a body to produce or to increase the immunity of regarding a particular disease it is. So there are some microbes containing the inoculants are produced by a process of fermentation. Inoculation indirectly means it is defined as the process of adding effective bacteria to the host plant seeds before planting. Okay, so seeds are covered with this type of inoculation or this type of microbes it is. The purpose of inoculation is to make sure that there is enough of the correct type of bacteria present in soil so that a successful legume bacteria symbiosis is established. These inoculants can be produced by the process of fermentation. These inoculants are sprayed on seeds before sowing, and some of inoculants are released into plants. Means the seeds are just dipped into that solution and then they are sowed into the soil. Microbes in inoculants help in plant growth by supplying nutrients. They improve the quality of vegetarian food. Solution containing the azotobacter and the artificial nitrogenous is used in organic farming. Soil pollution occurring due to this chemical fertilizer is prevented due to use of this solution. Fluoroacetamide like chemicals are mixed with the soil due to use of chemical pesticides in agriculture. These prove to be harmful to other plants and animals as well as cause the skin diseases to humans. So these pesticides in the soil can be destroyed with the help of chemical fertilizers. Decreases the fertility of soil also. Pesticides and insecticides. Pesticides to kill the pest, insecticides to kill the insects. Kill useful microbes present in the soil. They are not only killing the pest and insects, they are killing the useful microorganisms in the soil. Soil के अंदर के important microorganisms को भी ये जो pesticides और insecticides है, it is a chemical, they are killing these microbes. So because of that the soil becomes infertile और infertile soil के अंदर crop production अच्छा आता नहीं है. The yield will be not of good quality it is. Through biotechnology, bacterial and fungal toxins are directly integrated into plants. These plants are thus protected against fungal and pest attacks. These are called as a bioinsecticides. Insects avoid such plants as they are secondarily toxic. It means that insects, they do not consume these plants because they are toxic for them. Similar to bacteria, some species of fungi and viruses are useful as a pesticides. Example is spinosad. It is found in bacterial species of Saccharomyces spinia. Biodegradable plastic polylactic acid is used for garbage bags. This material is eco-friendly. Let's have a quick recap of this lecture. In that we have learned microbes and fuels, where the microbes are used to produce the fuels. We have learned about the biofuels. By using the natural organic material and with the help of microbes, we can produce the biofuels which is pollutant free, which is clean. Then we have learned about the microbial pollution control, how they are just help in controlling the pollution, how they are converting it into simple substances. Then these microorganisms, they are useful in just land filling sites also, where the land is filled also, and we can get a good quality of manure from the garbage. So that is also one of the use. Then we have learned about sewage management. There also microbes are used to clean the sewage, and again we can recycle the water. And then we have learned about the clean technology. In that we have learned about oil spills. If oil is spread on the ocean floor or on the water level, then how it can be cleaned. Then nowadays plastic, a lot of plastic we are using. How to clean that plastic means we can't collect it and melt it again and again. Instead of that, if we can use some of the microbes to decompose them, then how the rubber is decomposed. And we have learned about the microbial inoculants. In the agricultural field also, these microbes are useful in controlling the pests and insects, and also to improve the fertility of soil. Now assignment time. You have to read the lesson and you have to solve the exercises given below the chapter. Hope you all must have enjoyed the lecture and you must have understood it very well. Thank you for watching this video. Stay home, stay safe, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel to get the intimation of the next upcoming videos. Thank you to all and have a good day.